Yo, 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 yo. What up, Comic Sense crowd, community, crew? Fine Tuesday morning. Y'all know the deal. Rise, shine, all of that good stuff. We have another episode of Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec. That is Focus, where we're going to cover the keys that were on FOC for 8/15/2022, releasing 3 weeks from today. Shout out to Jason Robinson. Shout out to everyone that is in the building. Yeah, Focus, Final Order Cutoff, Uncanny Spec, big, big, big FOC. Tons of keys on this particular FOC. Tons of subsequent prints. You know what we like to say. If you have invested in the first print, fortify that investment with the subsequent print. There are tons of subsequent prints that have potential for aftermarket value coming up 3 weeks from now. So as I always say, make your phone calls, call your people, make sure you have these books on your pull list. We're going to cover them all, though. We're going to cover hashtag all of the books, all of the dope keys, specs, number ones, first cover appearances. Before we do that, I want to bring everyone's attention to the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Comic Sense Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us at Comic Sense on Instagram and on the Twitter. That having been said, what up, Peter Maresca? Shout out to you. Shout out to Jason Robinson once again. So we're going to get into it. And y'all know the deal. Y'all know what we do. We're going to go right into Diamond. Right into Diamond. Here you have our first offering. This is from Ablaze. Everything seems to be back order, not stocked, as indicated by the purple triangle. This book is called Boogeyman. It is from Ablaze Press. We have a 1 in 50 glow-in-the-dark incentive cover done by Yet. DJ ET. We're going to call that Yet. That is your glow in the dark 1 in 50 incentive variant of the Boogeyman from Ablaze Studios. Then you have a 1 in 40 copy incentive, also glow in the dark, done by Carlos Nieto with that very dope throwback homage trade dress. That is your 1 in 40 copy incentive of Boogeyman, followed by your 1 in 30 copy virgin cover by Rubine. Really nice cover. Really, really cool cover. Boogeyman. We're going to find out what this thing is about. Then we have a 1 in 20 copy incentive done by Gabriel Gomez. Also a cool cover. Followed by your 1 in 10 Yet virgin cover. That is your 1 in 10. Another cool cover. Really cool cover from Ablaze. And of course, Blank Sketch, our favorite, hardest working cover artist in comics, shows up with the $10 glow in the dark Blank Sketch cover done by Blank. Shout out to Blank. So then you have your cover D, Nieto, homage cover, Carlos Nieto. Cover D, again, the very cool homage trade dress. Cover C, done by Rubine. Again, it is a trade dress of one of the ratio variants. Cover B, trade dress of the Gomez ratio variant. And cover A, which is your Yet trade dress of the ratio variant. So what do we have here? Written by Matthew Salvia, art and cover art by Yet. Monsters don't only exist in children's minds. Passionate about reading, Elliot has always had a preference for the stories of boogeymen, those monstrous creatures which, at night, hide in the shadows or under the bed to frighten little children. He can't imagine how much they will change his life. Witnessing the bloody murder of his parents, he would discover that in reality, boogeymen do indeed exist, and very precise codes govern their existence. One of the most powerful boogeymen, Father Death, decides to protect him. Elliot finds himself plunged into a terrible conflict at the heart of a universe as terrifying as it is fascinating. On a dark, stormy night, Elliot's destiny will be fulfilled. Purple triangle indicating it is back order, not stock, but there is a preview. And as always, we are going to peep the preview game. Really vibrant covers in this book. Love the interior. Love the covers. Love the premise of this story. Ablaze. Blaze has been putting out some really cool books lately. This one looks like it's going to fit right in the catalog of coolness from Ablaze. So that is the Boogeyman. #1 back order, not stocked on everything. Something tells me this is going to be a book you are going to want to have. It is going to be an overlooked book, probably an underordered book. I feel like this is going to be something you're going to want in your collection, in your investment box, whatever, what have you. So then that is Boogeyman #1 from Ablaze. Next, from Aftershock, we have Last Line. As you know, Aftershock drops those 1 in 15s with every #1. Here is your Last Line #1, 1 in 15 incentive variant. It is also back order, not stocked. Cover artist by Das Pastoras. Wow. Wow. Like, wow. What fantastic cover art right here. Colors, lines, pencils, really, really dope. Really dope cover art by Das Pastoris. Never heard of him, but he went all in on this one. And then here is your cover A, which is done by Andy Clark. Cover A, written by Richard Dinnick, artist Jose Holder. Cover A, cover art, Andy Clark. Sally Hazard just had the worst day of her life. While on a usual shift as a driver for the tube, the unthinkable happened when a man is pushed in front of her train and killed. But there's something strange here. Sally swears the man was pushed, but her supervisors, witnesses in the CCTV footage, all show the man falling on his own. Sally cannot let this go, and her investigation into the murder introduces her to an MI6 agent named Edward Tarn, also curious about the so-called accident. Together, Sally and Ed discovered an off-world explanation for the assassination, plus an alien invasion and the craziest plot twist of all, an interplanetary travel system buried deep beneath the London Underground. So, craziest plot twist of all. First of all, this book, the premise is dope. She drives a train, and you end up dealing with aliens and alien interplanetary travel. So that's not enough of a plot twist to grab you. Back order, not stocked, by the way, on this thing as well. Already gone, out of stock. There's that. We have no preview. We're going to move on. We have AWA. Very, very excited for this book from AWA by Kari Andrews. I am a fan of The Resistance. A great book. Go get The Resistance. The Resistance was a book created by AWA to give writers an ability to create superheroes in a universe where they have a viable origin story. The origin story is The Resistance. The world was infected by a deadly virus. A whole bunch of people died. A bunch of people survived. Many of the survivors now have superpowers. This is the premise by which many creators are using to create superheroes in this universe. One of the first superhero titles that come out of this universe in AWA, out of the Resistance universe, is Erratic. And Erratic is back, and I love this book for fans of Miles Morales, for fans of Spider-Man type characters. Just a fun superhero book. This is Erratic Recharged. It is the second arc in the Erratic tale. Really excited for it. Kari Andrews does everything on this book. Everything. He does the art, the pencils, the colors, the writing, everything. Erratic Recharged #1. We have 2 covers. Here is your cover B, done by Mike Deodato Jr. Really cool cover. Erratic is a really cool character. Apparently he's grown up a little. Last time we saw him, he was a young kid, maybe 13, 14, going to middle school. Looks like he's moved on to high school. He's really powerful for like 10 minutes. That's what's really cool. Like, his powers last 10 minutes a day. So here is your Kari Andrews cover. Written, writer, artist, cover artist, Kari Andrews. I am back. Woo, that's my boy. Love Erratic. Got the entire first run, all 5 issues. Got the trade paperback. Getting this run. So again, writer, artist, cover artist, Kari Andrews. Pink, purple triangle, back order, not stocked. Recharge complete. The teenage hero with superpowers that only work for 10 minutes a day is back to save the world again as he navigates even more pressing perils. Young love, bullies, a broken family, and the gauntlet that is high school. This time, young Oliver Leaf is teamed with a barbarian princess who claims to be from another dimension. Spinning from the pages of The Resistance, Erratic combines electric action, teen drama, and pure comics fun. Just a fun Kyrie Andrews book. So there's that. AWA, we like AWA. These things keep getting optioned left and right from AWA. Do not leave AWA number ones on the table. Call your people. Make it happen. Behemoth, we told you. Behemoth got purchased by movie production companies. They're trying to be in video games. They're trying to be on TV. They're trying to be in all the things. And this book already was a movie and will be a movie. This is Turbo Kid, Skeletron Unleashed. There's even a movie variant. Y'all remember Turbo Kid from way back in the day. So here we have it. Your Turbo Kid, Skeletron Unleashed movie variant. It is already out of stock, done by Manuel Satina. It is your movie poster variant. Gone. Then you have your Turbo Kid Unleashed cover B, done by Jelk Dion. And your cover A, also done by Mr. Dion. So then, written by Anouk Whistle and various artists, cover artist Jelk Dion, the origin story of Skeletron, the villain from the cult movie Turbo Kid, now distributed on Amazon Prime with a sequel film and video game in development. With this double-sized one-shot written by the directors and drawn by the storyboard artists of the original film, follows the gory path to hell of the man behind the mask of Zeus's first mate, this bloodthirsty beast convinced of being a robot. So, here it is. Turbo Kid, Skeletron Unleashed from Behemoth. Something you should be looking for in 3 weeks. Next, from Boom. Boom, shake the room. Boom is dropping some fire this week. First, from Boom. Get right into it. Basilisk number 11. Y'all know how we feel about Basilisk. Y'all know how we feel about Cullen Bunn. Basilisk should be on your full list before it's too late. Pink triangle, purple triangle, back order, not stock. Here is your 25 copy Ryan Sook incentive. Very dope incentive cover. Virgin, I imagine the B cover is the trade dress of this, and it is. Also back order, not stocked. Your Ryan Sook trade dress, B cover, slightly offset colors as well. And then you have your cover A, which is by Jonas Scharf. Written by Cullen Bunn, cover artist, Jonas Scharf. Deep in the earth, the five witness something truly awful that they'll never forget. Something connected to their equally fearsome abilities. In the present, Hannah is brought to the commune, while Vanessa's madness and bloodlust take on a whole new level, threatening everyone around her. Back order, not stocked. This is Basilisk number 11. Next, from Boom, we have the best-selling title of 2022. Grimm, number 2, third print. Yes, number 2, the yellow trade dress highlighting. Listen, Grimm is dope. It's already back order out of stock. Grimm number 2, third print, gone. Y'all know the deal on this. Flaviano cover. Should be collecting Grimm. We don't gotta sell Grimm. We don't have to sell anyone on Grimm. You should have Grimm on your pull list. Make sure you have every issue of Grimm. Writer Stephanie Phillips, artist, cover artist Flaviano. Jessica Harrow finds herself trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead, something that no other Reaper has ever experienced. Just what makes her so special. Can she make her way back to the afterlife? And what exactly is going to happen now that she can walk amongst the living? The mystery deepens in this new series from acclaimed writer Stephanie Phillips and fan favorite artist Flaviano. So, we already know what time it is on Grimm. We don't have to dwell on that too long. Another book coming up that should be on everyone's pull list. It is almost too late. This is Once and Future. Every few weeks, you see us put Once and Future on Focus. Get used to seeing Once and Future on Focus. It is going to be here for the long haul. Once and Future, number 29. This is your 1 in 25 copy incentive by Nick Robles. There it is. Very dope. These 1 in 25s are starting to get interesting. Here is your 1 in 10 Dan Mora black and white incentive featuring the Kings. There's Merlin. The Kings are all undead. Love this book. Tamara Bondvillain always kills it on the covers. Kieran Gillen, really underrated writer. Back order not stocked on this thing as well. There's your Dan Mora cover A, written by Kieran Gillen, cover artist Dan Mora. Kieran Gillen and Dan Mora's best-selling fantasy epic is nearly complete, and it's all building to this. In the penultimate issue, Mary and Bridget will need all of the help they can get to defeat Arthur's greatest weapon. And with all of the remaining contenders vying for ultimate power, there is just no way of telling who will come out victorious. I hope that this epic continues. I hope that this end of this, when we hit 29, when we hit 30, it is not the final issue. I hope they find means to tell another story, because Bridget is probably the dopest, one of the dopest characters in comics. She's a grandmother that has shotgun, will travel, will shoot you in your face. Real talk. You should be reading this book. That is Once and Future, number 29, already out of stock. Next, we have one of our second subsequent print. Subsequent prints abound this week. Subsequent prints abound. You're going to want this one. First appearances of major characters. Something is Killing the Children. Number 25. Maybe we should put killing up in here. Number 25. It has gone back to print. So let's type second and see what we get. And here it is. Werther Dell'Edera cover. So then, written by James Tynion IV, Tynion IV, cover artist Werther Dell'Edera, with over 2 million copies of the series sold to date. The first arc of Erica's mission and tribulation reaches its shocking conclusion in this milestone anniversary issue that no Something is Killing the Children fan will want to miss. While Erica's blades are occupied with an entity unlike anything she's faced, she's received a phone call with tragedy on the other end of the line. As things look dire, someone Erica once saved may have to find unexpected help to return the favor. Back order, out of stock, gone, pieced up, out of there. Something is Killing the Children, number 25, second printing. Been a while since the SIKTC book has gone back to print. Make sure you have it. Finally, big boom book. Man, ordering this thing was crazy. Stuff of Nightmares. R.L. Stine ventures into comicdom with Stuff of Nightmares. Yes, I don't even know if all of them are going to be on this page. I don't think they are. So let us go to awe. And I believe we're going to get all of the Stuff of Nightmares now. We are. It's your FOC reveal. I want to start off at the big boy book. There is a 1 in 150 floating around up in here. Here we go. Right here at the top. Here's your 1 in 150 done by Bjorn Behrens. Great cover. That is your 1 in 150. That comes signed with CGC certificate, or CGC certificate for certification and authenticity. Then we're going to go all the way down to your 1 in 100. Also by Bjorn Behrens, trade dress of the 1 in 150. Then I believe there is a 1 in 75. All right, so we have a 1 in 50 done by Jenny Frisson. That's dope. Jenny Frisson, 1 in 50. Then we have a 1 in 25 done by Adam Gorham, also a dope cover. The Frisson cover is sharp, though. Then we're going to go all the way down to your FOC reveal cover done by Dustin Wynn. That is your FOC reveal cover. Finally, we have your 1 per store done by Francesco Francavilla. There's your 1 per store. And then we have your BG variant done by Hotz, Kyle Hotz on the BG variant. Tons of covers for this book. And now we can get into the nitty of the gritty. Here is your cover F, done by Miguel Mercado. And then, of course, blank sketch, back order not stock, shows up to the party with one of his cool covers. Finally, you have your cover D. It is a glow-in-the-dark cover by Tim Jacobus. Then you have your cover C, done by Francesco Francavilla. Nope. Yes. Also glow-in-the-dark. Cover B by Jacobus. Still fighting off this pneumonia, still on these antibiotics, so pardon me. Cover A, done by Francesco Francavilla. So then, written by R.L. Stine, artist A.L. Kaplan, cover artist Francesco Francavilla. R.L. Stine is back, but not for the faint of heart, with a chilling take on an iconic character, perfect for fans of Fear Street and EC Comics horror titles. In the first of Stine's reanimated reimaginings, you're familiar with the classic tale of mad scientists hell-bent on creating life. But what these two demented brothers have created is something else entirely new. Horror lovers won't want to miss this legendary author's return to comics in his first creator-owned single-issue series with art by A.L. Kaplan. Fans also won't want to miss celebrating this milestone event with the Bjorn Barron's variant signed by R.L. Stine, and not one but two extra spooky glow-in-the-dark covers by Francesco Francavilla and the original Goosebump cover artist Tim Jacobus. Back order not stocked. It is gone. So that was Boom. That was Stuff of Nightmares. We're going to move on to Archie Comics. I know we're going out of order here, but it's because the way that I wrote my list. So Archie Comics. Yes, we have another Archie Comics. The last Archie Comics we had was one you should have gotten. If you got it, you know, it's no longer cover price. It was a good investment. So we have a second Archie comic available. It is already back order, not stocked. This is Sabrina, the Anniversary Spectacular. Shout out to Sam Levy. Shout out to Chris Sheepdog Shepherd. Shout out to everyone chilling in the room, by the way. So then, this is Sabrina, the Anniversary Spectacular. Writer, artist, cover artist, Dan Parent. There is your Dan Parent cover. What are we getting? Why are we getting it? We couldn't possibly enter spooky season without celebrating Sabrina as much as possible. And we're kicking off this spectacular with a brand new Sabrina story that we guarantee will be the greatest Sabrina Halloween story ever. In celebration vexation, it's Sabrina's birthday, and she's celebrating her day with an epic battle against her nemesis. All caps, a brand new character named Amber Nightstone. Amber is an evil witch born exactly at the same time as Sabrina. Only one witch born that day may live amongst mortals, and Amber wants her turn. So she has to erase Sabrina from history. All that, plus a collection of classic style spellbinding stories. Amber Nightstone, antithesis, rival, big bad, the villain, queen of the rogues gallery for Sabrina, first appearance. We are getting her in the Sabrina Anniversary Spectacular #1. This is why you want the book. Grab it, put it in your back issue boxes, put it away, forget about it. $2.99 cover price, back order not stocked. Don't leave it on the table. Call your people, make your phone calls, hit up your local comic shops, make sure they pull a copy of this book for you. It's what it is. Sabrina Anniversary Spectacular #1. Next, from Dark Horse, we have Shock Shop #1. Shock Shop #1. It is also back order, not stock. We have two covers. Francesco Francavilla again, and Fabio Moon on the cover art. Really, really, really cool cover art. Is that the Bride of Frankenstein and this is dope. Really cool cover. Followed by your Danny Luckert and Layla Lights cover. Danny Luckert was doing those dope Red Mother covers back in the day as well. So shout out to Danny Luckert. So Shock Shop #1, written by the Cullen Bunn, artist, cover artist Danny Luckert and Layla Lights. Cullen Bunn, Danny Luckert, and Layla Lights present a brand new horror anthology flip comic taking place in a haunted comic shop with a twisted retailer filled with tales of terror sure to leave you with the lights on. In Familiars, after a painful divorce, Trevor rents a house and tries to rebuild his life. Soon, he discovers that his house appears to be haunted by more than one spirit, and the creatures begin feeding on Trevor's feelings of anger and guilt. In Something in the Woods, in the Dark, a husband and wife going through a tough time go on a camping trip with a few friends. As they trek further into the forest, they realize that they're being stalked. Something in the woods starts killing the campers, and it may have ties to the campers more than any of them realize. So this is Backorder Not Stocked, Shock Shop #1 horror anthology written by the Cullen Bunn, who is dope when it comes to writing horror. If you don't know, now you know. Basilisk, dope book. Cullen Bunn, very dope. Tales from Harrow County. Tons of stuff that Cullen Bunn's writing. Shadow Man. I mean, I can just go down the list. He's writing everything. Last book you ever read. All of the things. So, next, from IDW, we have 2 cool books. First is Crashing, #1 from IDW. 2 covers, 3 covers. Sorry about that. We have Your Cover C by the Liana Kangas. I'm saying the Liana Kangas because we just keep hearing her name over and over and over again these days. Liana Kangas is doing cover work on everything. So we're just going to keep giving her props. Jorge Corona on Your Cover B. And finally, cover A, done by Morgan Beam. And this is Crashing. It is written by Matthew Klein, cover artist, Morgan Beam. Rose Osler is a specialist. Her focus, patience with powers. I'm sold. I'm already in. I'm in. At a hospital with a no-powered patients policy. When a battle between Boston's protectors and destroyers erupts, Rose is trapped between saving the city's beloved hero by day and the greatest villain at night. Except Rose could become a casualty when she's forced to risk her recovery. As Rose pushes past her limits to save everyone else, will she be able to save herself? Very dope premise. When a battle between Boston's protectors and destroyers erupts, Rose is trapped between saving the city's beloved hero by day and greatest villain at night. This is dope. I'm in. Crashing from IDW. Next from IDW, we got another baby Biggie cover. Yes, we do. We got another Biggie cover. We have the Storm Shadow, Best of Storm Shadow cover from Biggie. And now we are getting the Best of Starscream from Biggie. Best of Starscream Biggie cover done by James Biggie. Writer, various artists, various cover artist, James Biggie. Watch your back. This duplicitous Decepticon Air Commander's coming for the throne. But will the scheming seeker ever achieve his goal of ultimate power? And what are the rumors that he's actually got a kind spark? Don't believe what you hear unless Starscream's the one telling you. Best of Starscream collects the Transformers Infiltration #6, 3 monologues from the Transformers Robots in Disguise #20, Choose Me from the Transformers Holiday Special, Your First Mistake from Transformers Till All Are One #12, and Transformers Shattered Glass #3, and more. Is there a Best of Starscream? Does Starscream have a best foot that he can put forward? Love Starscream, but he's like this sniveling, backstabbing. I mean, the only time he was cool was when he died and he possessed Swoop back in the day. That was really dope. But, I mean, it's Starscream. We're not going to leave Starscream on the table. Certainly one of the coolest Decepticons. The Decepticon that you love to hate. So, that was IDW from Image. Tons of books from Image. Tons of books that you're going to want from Image. Subsequent prints. We started this off talking about subsequent prints. Image is not lacking for subsequent prints. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about Antioch #1 from Image Comics. Cover art for cover B is Jeff Stokely. The detail on it's dope. Dope. This is Antioch #1 from Image Comics. That was the Stokely cover. Here is your Marco Ferrari cover. Back order not stocked on this book as well. Already gone. Written by Patrick Kinlan. Cover artist Marco Ferrari. Frontiersman, really dope book that dropped in 2021. Frontiersman, creators Kinlan and Ferrari pick up where that series left off with an all new ongoing series. A king from a lost continent enters the world of man with a purpose to stop us from killing the planet. But when he finds himself in a superhuman prison, his title is useless and his powers only matter if they help him survive. This is like the Hulk when he ended up on the planet he was exiled to and became the Sakaar son, and his powers were meaningless because everybody was tough and they could actually hurt him. Let's peep the preview game. Dope, vibrant colors, gorgeous looking book. Back order not stocked. Looks like there's going to be tons of action in this book. I'm in. You should be in. Call your people. Make your phone calls. Call your people. That was Antioch #1. Now, we said subsequent prints, right? We said fortify your investment. If you purchase the first print, make sure you have these subsequent prints. This is 8 Billion Genies, and boy, do we have a ton. We got 8 Billion Genies #1. I'm sorry. Let me be a little bit more specific. Third print. 8 Billion Genies #1, third print. Here's your Ryan Brown cover. Back order, not stocked, already gone. That is your #1, third print. Not going to read it. You already know what time it is on this book. 8 Billion Genies #2, third print. Yeah, I told you, man. Subsequent prints. Here is your Ryan Brown, third print of #2. How about 8 Billion Genies #3? All of these dropping the same week. They want you to spin that loot. Third print. Here is your Ryan Brown, third print cover of 8 Billion Genies #3. How about one more? We got some more. We got some more. Now we have 8 Billion Genies #4. Second print. Yep. #4 went back to print as well. All of these back order, not stocked. Ryan Brown, second print cover. All of them are gone. Well, there you have it. 4 8 Billion Genies books that you have to make sure are on your pull list. You have to. You don't want to leave these things on the table. You don't want to have invested in the first and the seconds and the other prints and then leave this one on the table. You want to fortify that investment. I'm going to say it again. You don't want to be the person who bought New Agents of Atlas #1 for investment purposes and left the first, the second, and third print on the table. Or America Chavez, the second print. I can go down the list of subsequent prints that you should not have left on the table. Or not you in particular, but the people. Anyone who left it on the table. So then we have the final issue of Twig. It's the finale. It's over. It is done. This is it. It's what it's all been building up for. Tons of covers. What did I do? Put Twig #1 up in here? Come on. We just want Twig 5. Just want Twig 5. That's it. Just Twig #5. This thing is so finicky. So you're going to put 5 all the way at the bottom. 1, 5. Of course. Of course. Of course. So we're going to start off with the 1 in 100 by Scotty Young, black and white, virgin. Scotty Young, 1 in 100. Then we have your 1 in 50, not black and white, virgin Scotty Young cover, your 1 in 150, virgin Scotty Young cover. Then we have your 1 in 25 Momoko virgin cover. And then we have your 1 in 10 Kyle Strom virgin cover. And then we have your cover C, trade dress Momoko, followed by your cover B, Scotty Young trade dress. And finally, your cover A, done by Kyle Strom trade dress. All of these back order, out of stock, written by Scotty Young, artist and cover art by Kyle Strom. It is the mini-series finale, the conclusion of the dark fantasy adventure series from Eisner Award-winning writer Scotty Young and artist Kyle Strom brings Twig and Splat to the end of their quest. But will they acquire the final piece of the recipe they need to save their world, or will they die trying? Something tells me they're not going to die trying. So that is Twig #5, back order, out of stock on everything. That was Image. Finally, last but not least, from Image. Now, from Keen Spot. Yes, we have a book from Keen Spot. We haven't seen Keen Spot do books since like AOC and the AOC homage covers and all of those crazy books. Now we're getting another book from King Spot. This is Kid Slapshot. Let's see. Tons of covers. Kid Slapshot #1. Tons of covers. And a 1 in 5 incentive variant. Kid Slapshot #1, cover H, 7 copy incentive. So that wasn't even on FOC. Kid Oh, that's just the regular Kid Slapshot. All right, so we're looking for, I'm sorry, Kid Slapshot. We're gonna refine this search. Versus Major Extreme #1. All right, so here we go. Kid Slapshot versus Major Extreme #1. Here is your 1 in 5 copy incentive. This is from King Spot. Back order not stocked. King Spot Entertainment. Rob Pochak on the cover art. He looks like Orko from the Masters of the Universe. He's on Silver Surfer's surfboard. He's got a hockey stick. He is Kid Slapshot. Keen Spot. This is the retailer incentive 1 in 5 variant, back order not stocked. And then you have your cover your cover E, which is back order not slot. This is like your Sin City homage cover art, Rob Pochak. Really dope. Back order not stocked. Your cover D, done by Clint Keysor. Your cover C, done by Jevin Loop. Your cover B, done by Alejandro Rosado. And your cover A, also or done by Tony Dungara. That is your cover A, Tony Dungara. Written, writer, artist, cover artist, Tony Dungara. Kid Slapshot and his pickled pal Dizzy are back. And they're cranking the spoof-tacular antics up to 11. This time, Kid Slappy's setting his satirical sights on the entire 90s era comic book industry as he takes on the dynamic doppelganger known as Major Extreme. Metal appendages, glowing eyeballs, and every other 90s stereotype you can think of will be ridiculously represented. It's a cosmic powered throwdown that'll set up our hero and his newest villain for the long haul. Includes a bonus pull-out poster, back order not stocked, Kid Slapshot from Keen Spot. I bet you, by golly, I bet you your retailers aren't ordering this book. Call them up. Tell them I want Kid Slapshot versus Major Extreme #1 from Keen Spot Comics. Opus, the little company that could. We're going to keep getting this book. We like everything about this book. Hopefully you do too. This is Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, numero 5, #5. Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, #5. Come on, Brody. I was very specific. So here is your Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, #5. We are getting first appearances. We are getting cover appearances. Here is your 1 in 20 featuring your cover appearance. There she is, the Sea Witch and all of her witchiness. Here is your 1 in 10 trade dress, also covered by Emilio Laiso. Both the 1 in 20 and the 1 in 10. That is your trade dress. Here is your 1 in 5, which is not available yet. Then you have your Frazetta cover B, which is just waves. And you have your cover A, done by Megan Hetrick. Written by Torin Gronbeck, artist Diego Galindo, cover artist Megan Hetrick. The Sea Witch, worshipped by some, feared by others, respected by all. She rarely meddles in the affairs of men, but the pleas of a young boy and arrival of a mysterious presence lure the Sea Witch from beneath the ocean, and vengeance is hers. A special one-shot by Torin Gronbeck. Yes, we told you, this book is in the Frank Frazetta Death Dealer universe. New characters, back order not stocked. Do not leave the Sea Witch on the table. First appearance from Scout. Man, we got a lot of indies this week. Told you this one was big. Told you this was a big week. From Scout, we have Azza the Barbed, #1. Here is your 10 copy incentive of Azza the Barbed, done by Liana Kangas. What I tell you, we're going to hear that name a lot, I believe. Done by Liana Kangas. Here is your cover A, done by Rio Burton. Azza the Barbed. So then, writer Pat Shan, artist, cover artist Rio Burton. Writer Pat Shan, artist Rio Burton, launch a new fantasy epic Asa was born into a family that for generations served in the Obsidian Guard, a military unit of holy warriors. During Asa's coronation, a magical ceremony that would imbue her with a holy, glowing power, something went wrong. Instead of the sacred obsidian tattoos, she became marred with thorned black markings and was banished by her people. Now Asa lives in solitude, guarding a great evil. But when that evil escapes and begins to spread its wicked power, Asa must make a choice: save the people that expelled her or allow her hometown to fall to evil. With an emotional, comedic, and awe-inspiring story of empowerment, Asa the Bard blends fantasy, adventure, mythology, horror, and action in this unforgettable new series. Back order not stocked. It is already gone. Asa the Barbed from Scout Comics. We got a couple more books from Scout. We're going to get on to Marvel. Man, what an episode this week, right? We got tons and tons of books. So, from Scout Comics, we have Sergeant Werewolf #1. Sergeant Werewolf #1. Here is your 1 in 20 from Scout, done by Sean McManus. Back order not stocked. Sergeant Werewolf, it is under Black Caravan, Scouts Black Caravan label. Sergeant Werewolf #1. Here is your 10 copy Joseph Schmalke incentive of Sergeant Werewolf. Then you have your cover A. There's also Dynamic Forces, by the way. But here's your cover A, done by Rich Woodall. It is also written in the interiors by Rich Woodall. Sergeant Steve Hovatter leads a small group of U.S. commandos to infiltrate Liechtenstein Castle in Germany and recover intel on Nazi occult operations. The commandos are captured and Sergeant Hovatter is executed. Hours later, Sergeant Hovatter is transformed into a werewolf and uncovers a much more sinister plot at Castle Liechtenstein. The Nazis are trying to evoke the Norse god of thunder, Thor, to aid them in their war efforts. Sergeant Werewolf must save his team from this castle of horrors, but he'll have to go through an army of golems first. Thor, golems, werewolves, Nazis, Germany, World War II, Castle Liechtenstein, backorder not stock, Scout, Black Caravan. Have it on your pull list. Sergeant Werewolf #1 from Scout. And finally, from Scout, we have the West Moon Chronicles. West Moon Chronicles, also back order, not stocked, cover by Joe Bocardo. Written by Frank June Kim, cover artist Joe Bocardo. The elusive creatures of mud and blood known as the Dokebi live just off of Route 4 in East Texas, in the ancient pine forest known as the Tango Chase. Jun Ho, a Korean immigrant with a shadowy past, and his estranged grandson, Jae-sun, are the only people in the nearby town of Vane who know the true nature of the Dokebi. Together, they must figure out what's causing the creatures to turn hostile. Perhaps it has something to do with the interdimensional portal at the heart of the Tango Chase, for it is from here that the past comes knocking, demanding a reckoning from both men. Back order not stocked. This is the West Moon Chronicles from Scout, and that is your indie wrap up. What up, J-Pop? Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone still in the room. We are going to get into these Marvel books. Dope books dropping from Marvel. We're going to get into it. Want to make sure, shout out everybody, kick it with all the people. Appreciate you being here, hanging out on this fine Tuesday morning while you're having your coffee or taking your kids to school or getting ready for work or whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're headed to the beach because you're on vacation. Excuse me. Choked on my coffee. So then we have Axe. Judgment Day #1. I want the second printing, though. You're not going to show it to me. That's all right. There is a second printing of Axe Judgment Day #1. It's what it is. They're showing me the dynamic forces. They don't want to show me anything else. There is a second printing of Axe Judgment Day #1. You already know what time it is on Axe Judgment Day, so don't leave that book on the table. We're going to move along. We're not going to stress over finding Axe Judgment Day. Next, Demon Wars, Iron Samurai #1, second print. We like second prints. We like subsequent prints. Not going to show me that one either. It is a Momoko cover. All right. How about we do it like this? All righty. Here is your #1. Number 1, second print, Demon Wars, Iron Samurai, Momoko variant. That is your second print cover of Demon Wars, the Iron Samurai, number 1. Next, from Marvel, we have Edge of Spider-Verse, number 1, second print. Why do you want this book? This one is important. This one is important. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. So, with the Edge of Spider-Verse, you got first appearance of Spider UK, and you also got the first appearance of, this is your Logan Lubera cover, of Spider Laird. So here is Spider Laird. So on this second print cover, you're going to get the first cover appearance of Spider Laird, because he was not on the other covers, on the first print covers of Edge of Spider-Verse number 1. He was in the book, but he was not on the cover. So not only are you getting the first appearance of Spider Rex, you're getting the first cover appearance of the Spider Laird. This is why we don't leave subsequent prints on the table. This is a subsequent print you don't want to leave on the table. Spider Laird, first cover appearance on this subsequent print. Make sure you have it. Next, we have a book that is going to have tons of first appearances, tons of keys. Yep. Midnight Suns number 1. Midnight Suns number 1. So let's go with the 25 copy incentive first. This is done by Kevin Eastman. You know, the Teenage Mutant Turtle, the guy who created those pizza eating turtles. Well, they didn't really eat pizza, but they eat pizza now. Pardon me. So that is your Kevin Eastman cover featuring Ghost Rider and Wolverine. Let's go with your game variant, because there's a dope game coming out. And man, that Spider-Man Midnight Suns armor and Magic Midnight Suns armor is dope. This is also by Kevin Eastman. What? Come on, man. I don't believe that. It's not Kevin Eastman. Here is your Federico Vincenti cover. And then you have your standard A cover done by David DNA Nakayama. All right, then. It is written by Ethan Sachs, art by Luigi Zagaria, cover art David Nakayama. Rise of the Midnight Suns, a dark prophecy and apocalyptic new villains with horrifying powers, the likes of which Earth has never faced before, ordains a team of Midnight Suns to rise and tear expletive up. Magic, Wolverine, Blade, Spirit Rider, and Nico Minoru. But what does this new threat have to do with the Sorcerer Supreme's past, and why is Strange Academy student Zoe Laveau number 1 on the Suns list? I'm just going to run over that first line again. A dark prophecy and apocalyptic new villains with horrifying powers, the likes of which Earth has never faced before. Get the book. This is why we say, retailers, if you're speccing, if you're ordering books, you should be reading these synopses. If you're just using Key Collector to spec, it's not spec, it's disrespect. Read, read, read. Midnight Suns, first appearances, key book, Midnight Suns, number 1, Moon Knight, number 14. Y'all already know that was a key first appearance, gone back to print. Man, tons of subsequent prints this week. I did something wrong. I know I did. I knew it. I felt it. So, Moon Knight number 14, second print. Alessandro Capuccio cover, really dope cover, written by Jed McKay. The scars of Zodiac's attack linger with the faithful of the Midnight Mission, but that doesn't stop Moon Knight from picking an entirely new fight. A new arc begins as Moon Knight goes to war with the vampires of the structure, but he finds it a battle on 2 fronts, one on the Midnight Streets and other within his own mind. Get the first appearance of, first cameo appearances of 2 characters in this book, and the first full appearance of a character. So yeah, we love I'll show you the previews. Already seen it, but this is what the interiors look like. They took that page and made it the cover of the second print. So there's that. Those are your previews. That is Moon Knight number 14. Subsequent print. Next, we have Miss Marvel versus Venom number 1 issue. That is why we like number 1s. Don't know why it would be verse Venom, but it is verse Venom. Miss Marvel versus Venom. What are we doing here? All right, let's just do Miss Marvel Venom, see what we get. And that's fine. Miss Marvel and Venom. Okay, so 2 covers. Miss Marvel and Venom, done by Walter Simonson. Miss Marvel and Venom Momoko cover. And your standard Miss Marvel and Venom Sarah Pichelli cover. Written by Jody Hauser, art Dave Wachter, cover art Sarah Pichelli. Deadly symbiosis. Venom is on the hunt. Who is hunting Venom? Miss Marvel teams up with Dylan Brock, the new wicked web slinger on the block, as the scheme to harness the symbiote rears its ugly head. The first Venom vs. Miss Marvel partnership is also the concluding movement of the superhero symphony of the summer. As we reveal the connection between Wolverine, Moon Knight, and Venom and Kamala Khan's team up uncovers the larger plot behind it all. You will not believe who is pulling the strings. Now I want to know. So that is Miss Marvel, Moon Knight number 1. Next, we have Savage Avengers number 5. Why am I saying on Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec, should you be getting Savage Avengers number 5? You'll probably never see another Savage Avengers book on Final Order Cutoff Uncanny Spec again. Well, maybe you will. It is because, and we're going to get right into it. Savage Avengers number 5, no preview, 1 cover. We're going to get into it. There is your Linnell Francis U cover. Written by David Papos, artist Carlos Magno, cover artist Linnell Francis U. The Hyborian Hunt's shocking conclusion. Conan is dead. Yep. That's what it is. Long live Conan of Samaria. But with thoughts of doom and the cult of Set ready to accomplish their ultimate plan, the Savage Avengers might not have time to mourn. Can Marvel's deadliest heroes dig deep within themselves to save the past, present, and future? Or will Deathlock's journey across the time stream have been for nothing? With the fate of the world at stake, the Savage Avengers will face the threat the only way they know how to the death. Conan, dead, done, gone. I have a feeling they're doing this because Marvel no longer has the license for Conan. So yeah, death, at least as we know it for Conan. That is Savage Avengers number 5. Next, we have first appearance of Red Cannon. I mean, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Number 1. Second print. Reprinting. Shang-Chi got powers now. First solo series with Shang-Chi with powers. First appearance of the Red Cannon with writer Jean Moon Yang, cover artist Marcus Toe. There is your Marcus Toe cover. A bold new era starts here. Shang-Chi has gained possession of the powerful 10 rings, but so much concentrated energy has not gone unnoticed. Now every bounty hunter, assassin, evil syndicate in the Marvel Universe is coming to take the rings from him. But will the responsibility and the truth of the rings be too much to bear for the master of Kung Fu? Find out as the true origin of the 10 ring starts here. And first appearance of Red Cannon. It is your subsequent print. Don't leave it on the table. Spider-Punk number 5. We love the multiverse. We keep telling you, get these multiverse books. Get these multiverse books. This is the finale to the Spider-Punk series. You're going to get a cover appearance. You're going to get tons of cover appearances. You're going to get first appearances in this book. There's been first appearances in every issue of Spider-Punk. Number 5 is not to be left out of that party. Come on, man. What are we doing here? We got to do all of this. Should be, I was very specific. Spider-Punk number 5 should be right at the top. Nah, it wants to be way down here at the bottom. It has 1 cover, and it's the cover that matters. There is your Venom. There is your Hulk. You're getting all of the characters, but you haven't gotten Hulk yet. You haven't gotten Venom yet. If you get this book, you're going to get Hulk. You're going to get Venom. You're going to get them on the cover. That's what it is. Spider-Punk #5, written by Cody Ziegler. That was your Takashi Okazaki cover. Artist Justin Mason. Clash in DC. The stage is set, the instruments tuned, and everything is ready for the execution. Spider-Punk and his band of misfits better survive in time for an encore. One more song. One more song. One more song. One more song. This is Spider-Punk #5. First appearances. Get it. Get it. Get it. No preview on this one. Next, we have Star Wars The Mandalorian #3. So, is this going to be difficult? Star Wars Mandalorian #3. You have your 1 in 50 copy incentive done by Ryan Stegman. You have your concept art variant. Then you have your cover B by Jorge Janti. And finally, cover A, done by David Baldion and Gary Frank. What a dope cover. Written by Rodney Barnes, artist Jorge Yanti, cover art David Baldion, Gary Frank. The Sin. The battered Mandalorian returns to his client to collect his reward and tend to his wounds. Complications arise, and what should have been a simple task becomes far more dangerous than anyone could have expected. This is Star Wars The Mandalorian #3. You want all of these books. You want them all. You want all of the Mandalorian books, tons of keys, tons of first appearances. This, we will have you expect to see every issue of this book on Final Order Cutoff, Uncanny Spec on a week, on every 3 weeks. So then, the last, but certainly not least, Venom #10. Everybody's been screaming Venom #10 for since #7. They've been screaming Venom #10. It is finally here. Supposedly a big book. I don't know why it's a big book. I'm going to read it to find out. Supposedly it is a big book. That is your Paulo Sequeira cover. Finally, we have your Brian Hitch cover. Very dope looking cover, by the way. 2 Venoms on the cover. Interesting. So then, written by L. Ewing, cover artist Brian Hitch, the colossal capstone to the second arc of this epic new era of Venom. Torn across space and time through the symbiote hive, Eddie Brock's soul was pushed to its absolute limit. Manipulated and maligned by forces stronger than himself, and he has no choice but to watch in horror as his son, Dylan, and the Venom symbiote are stabbed in the heart by Bedlam. So, that is Venom #10. That is what we are working with 3 weeks from today. Shout out to all of the people. Those are the books and recaps. You definitely want to be looking for Sabrina. You want to be looking for Grim, I Like, Erratic, Recharged. You want that Grim #2 third print. All of the subsequent prints this week. All of the 8 Billion Genies, #1 third print, 2 third print, 3 third print, 4 second print. Something is Killing the Children #25. Second print, R.L. Stine. Stuff of Nightmares. New characters. That is going to be dope. Anti-Act from Image looks really, really dope. Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer. First appearance of the Sea Witch. Cover appearance of the Sea Witch. Edge of Spider-Verse #1 second print, first cover appearance of Spider Laird, Midnight Suns, tons of new villains, new superpowers, new characters. Death of Conan, Savage Avengers #5, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, second print, first appearance of Red Cannon, Spider-Punk #5, first Venom in that universe, first Hawk in that universe. Always want the Mandalorian. Every issue of The Mandalorian. There are a couple other cool books, your Basilisk, your Once and Future. But yeah, if you missed anything, go back, watch this show, take notes, call your people. In the meantime, bring your attention to the scroll at the bottom of the screen. Like and follow Comic Sense on Facebook. Join our Comic Sense Facebook group. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Find us on Instagram. Find us on the Twitter. On YouTube, peep a video. Watch it for at least 10 seconds. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Just don't do nothing. That is what it is. This has been Focus, Final Order Cutoff, Uncanny Spec. I am Issue X.